Hello, and welcome back to the ministry. If you hear noise, it is actually raining out there. So, it's thunder and lightning happening. But when God speaks, you listen. I'm reminded of the scripture in relation to when Elijah told the servant that it was about to rain. He sent the servant out 7 times, and the man came back and he said that there's about to be a storm. There's a cloud. There is a cloud the size of a man's hand out there, and he said, "Get ready, because it's about to be a torrential downpour." God is doing. God is moving. How is He moving? You might ask. Well, at the time I'm recording this content, about a week before now, He gave me a instruction. I saw a comment, and most people don't comment on this page. To the individual that commented on this page, I'm going to leave your name out of this. But you gave me inspiration when you gave me that comment. You talked about some of the things that you had been dealing with, some of your perspectives, some of your viewpoints on certain situations in relation to the video in which you watched. And you gave me inspiration. And I actually did answer that question. If you see this post, I'm saying thank you. And I did answer it. If you respond to this video, I will give you the answer in a link if you want it. But I created a blog from behind that. And after having created a blog behind that, I literally created this: bearing fruit. Bearing fruit is going to be something that I will be able to, you guys will continue to be able to comment here on the ministry feed. But I want you to hashtag bear fruit, BARE fruit, if you want me to answer your question. I'm going to repeat that again. Bear fruit. Put a hashtag BARE fruit. Also, I have an Instagram called Bear Fruit, but the @ is seed bearing fruit. You will be able to go over there, and I may create question cards that as I see the questions, I will put and post the question and the answer in blog posts over there in the Instagram page. I'm going to be doing blogs. I'm going to be answering your questions. If I can find the way to do it quicker doing the podcast, I will do the podcast, or you will see the answer come here, and I will literally state, this is for my bear fruit. And you guys are going to be in 2 groups. For my ladies, we're going to call you Mrs. M.R.S.DeFruit. D-E fruit or D-E fruitful, however you choose to do it. For my gentlemen, we're going to call you Doctor's Multiplier. Doctor's Fruit Multiplier. How's that work? D.R.S.Fruit Multiplier or Fruitful Multiplier. Put those hashtags in for your comments, and that way I'll be able to come back and get the actual comments that were specifically in relation to the bearing of fruit. And we'll be able to take that, and these will become, if I feel that it's a big enough question, it will be directly on the feed as a new broadcast here for ministry content. If I feel like it's more personal, I will take it to the podcast, Tajma, dot, what is it? Tajma Journey to God to me. And that's God, G-O-D, to me. The number 2, me, podcast. And we're going to be talking about these things. But to my kingdom marriage, folks, this is even more for you guys. For my kingdom marriage, you, for my ladies, you're the ones that are going to use the Mrs. DeFruit, because you are about to become somebody's Mrs. You're going to use Mrs. DeFruit and bearing fruit. And I want you to put your questions in relation to kingdom marriage. How in relation to kingdom marriage? I'm going to be having you guys, we're going to talk about all the topics in relation to, let's see here. We're going to talk about personal topics. We're going to talk about marriage topics, and we're going to talk about kingdom dating topics, because God doesn't particularly desire you to date, but he does desire you to court. And we're going to talk about it. And then with that, we're also going to talk about how it is that we're walking in our walk with God and dealing with other religions, dealing with the social problems of being a Christian, and the family problems that come, because that's a whole nother set of topics. So we're going to have fun with this. And where are we going to talk about this? Well, you can follow the podcast, Tajma's Journey to God to Me. And I have questions under there. You can ask questions in each individual topic, but you'll also be able to go to Bear Fruit, B-A-R-E, Fruit, Discord. And you'll be able to come together in the community. You'll be able to talk. You'll be able to do all of these things. And I'm going to be launching that shortly. So be prepared, because we're going to turn this into a movement. Bearing fruit is going to be who we are. We're going to, as the scripture says, prosper, be fruitful, multiply, subdue the earth in all dominion and authority. In the name and for the fame of Jesus Christ. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. Let's go. Bye-bye.